What up, everybody?
What's up? It's Brittany.
It's Justin here with Jughead'z.
How y'all doing today? Hopefully good. Not that you can respond back, but hey.
We hope everybody's doing good. We're trying to get on the video train again. We got some big things that's happened this last week here in this country.
Yep.
The industry we're in. We're wanting to get some people's opinions on what it looks like, what's the direction, what can we do, is there anything that we can do about it? But it's been, the whole hemp industry's been in a gray area the whole time. The whole time, these last 5 years, it's all been in a gray area. We've recognized it, we've talked about it a lot, to where a lot of other people ignored it or didn't see it, which they probably didn't want people to see it or
And
understand
that's
it.
whether that's state to state or across the country on a federal level. It's looked different for everybody. And also the kind of grower that you are, whether you process, there's so many different rules and, you know, all these gray areas for the industry as a whole.
We live in Tennessee, so Tennessee, Oregon, and I think one other state, you know, we were testing the total, or your Delta 9 concentration levels in flower. That's how our law was written, how it was passed. And then this last week, a week ago, USDA put out that they were going to be doing things differently, which contradicts our law here and Oregon's law and different things. And they're going to be classifying hemp by different classifications on the total THC, adding up all these different cannabinoids, which pretty much, I don't know, you know, in the spring,
Makes it nearly impossible.
springtime, everybody was planting crops that fell under the farm bill, and in fall time, the last week or so, people have been harvesting things that,
Are now be classified as marijuana.
which is crazy.
Now illegal.
It's crazy. I mean, have they allowed this just to get everybody confused and arguing, or is there now like 20,000 hemp farmers that are illegal? But from what I'm also reading, there's a 60-day public commenting period up until December 30th where they want people to comment and do this. So we want to start doing more videos, at least really talking on this and getting opinions and really studying and trying to see what can be done, because the USDA rules was like a 167-page report of all this stuff. And there's a lot of people asking questions now. A lot of groups we're in, people are wondering about their crop and what they just harvested. Are they, you know, how can you sell it now? And just put a lot of people in predicaments. And
Can you sell it? What happens when you do sell it? The people who buy it, are they going to be in trouble? What does this mean for everybody? What's enforcement going to look like? You know, how are they going to go about this? Now that they've given it to us and they're taking it away by this new rule, essentially, like, okay, so what does that mean? Like, we've freed it for everybody. People are seeing benefits from it. They're getting lowered medication prescriptions. All these positive things are happening, and then they're just going to go and take it away. Okay, so what happens now? Like, as a people, we vote with our dollar. And our dollars have been getting spent the last year and a half at least on this product. And now they're taking that away from us. So what do we do now? Where's that going to go? Like,
and since the 2018 Farm Bill being signed, you know, for the first 4 years of the hemp program, especially here in Tennessee, a lot of people who have money were afraid to get into it or invest into it. And since the 2018 Farm Bill here in Tennessee, we had the highest spike in farmers and processors and laboratories.
less people were afraid.
All this stuff, so people were less afraid. People who had money started investing, growing, doing all this. And now they're saying like 76% of them people did not harvest, have let their crops waste in the field. They didn't have a plan. They didn't know what they were doing. They just thought they could make all this money, whatever. that don't work. That don't work in anything without hard work.
No.
And so now all these people have investments, you know, people have bought lab equipment, $1 million lab equipment, and people are asking questions. They don't know what to do. They've put this out, and there's sort of a standstill that we're seeing and hearing about in the hemp industry right now within this last week.
The 2018 Farm Bill supposedly included, crop insurance for hemp farmers. We haven't seen that come about anywhere yet. If anybody out there has crop insurance or has heard of it, let us know, because we would love to hear about that. But for something that we were supposedly given, and now everything that was grown is considered illegal, would that fall under crop insurance, or is that considered an illegal substance now and can't be covered? It's such a gray area. We're given crop insurance in case something fails, and then they take that away because, oh, no, what you have is illegal, you can't get covered. What does all of this really mean, y'all? Why is this happening in the first place?
So they've been making it hard on people that's in the hemp industry, cannabis industry, for a long time. Cutting people off from processing credit cards, making it hard for businesses to run proper business, do your books, banking. They've made it very difficult for a long time, and now they're making it even more difficult. They've allowed so many people to invest all this money. There won't be a return on the investment.
Mm-hmm. Not at all.
Not a return. It just seems like they did this for somebody to collect a ton of money for one season and sell all this lab equipment, high dollar stuff, and we don't know, but we do. There is this 60-day public commenting period, and people do need to speak out, people in this industry, or if you get benefits from hemp, CBD, any of the things that's made from hemp, you need to be speaking out and telling people. And it don't need to be, we need to be petitioning for full spectrum hemp. That we don't want just CBD isolate products. And now everybody's like, oh, turn your stuff to isolate, turn your stuff. Well, yeah, that may be a good idea, but it's still the product of CBD isolate pales in comparison to full spectrum oils. We know that from studies. Yep. So we don't need to just, be cool with just having CBD isolate products. We need to be fighting for the full spectrum. We need to be getting the drug testing changed so people don't have fear in taking something. There's got to be a way for them to decipher if they're going to keep keeping marijuana illegal or whatever. There's got to be a way to decipher in the drug testing if somebody's been smoking marijuana or been using CBD full spectrum hemp oil. It's got to be.
There's got to be some sort of answer out there. They can't keep giving it to us and then taking it away from us. Number one, what's the reason behind that? We need an answer. We need to petition for an answer. How come you're going to allow us to have it and then you're going to take it from us? And then now that you've taken it from us and it's open for 60 days of comments, what does that even really mean? What do we get to see from that? If we have a loud enough voice, are you going to give it back to us? Are you going to reconsider taking it away? What benefit can we see from that? That's what I want to know personally.
We know who is truly hurting. It's pharmaceuticals. People are getting off different kind of medications. People are making the switch. People are getting benefits with something. People are losing weight. People are becoming more healthy.
Mm-hmm. Drinking less alcohol because they can unwind with a hemp J.
There's all kinds of benefits. So therefore, just like how big tobacco is fighting against the vaping industry and all that, which that's a whole different other discussion. It can be looked at in many ways, but there's so much publicity being put out and messing with people's heads. You get all these news reports, CBD helps with this, this, and this, and then you hear these negatives, and then you hear,
oh, they're taking it away.
Now they're taking it away, and
now
90% of the hemp's marijuana. And
it's has to be 0.03% total THC, which in the first place with hemp is going to be nearly impossible anyways. With cannabis in general, it's going to be impossible. And then you've got just all these crazy regulations. It's just nuts. It's just nuts.
So big business we know is entering, like Walgreens, CVS, Kroger, Walmart. Like they'd announced earlier this year they were all going to get in and start selling hemp products, and credit card processing just getting shut off from every single business, the mom and pop shops, which we know Walmart and all these Walgreens, they don't want the mom and pop shops. So I mean, it's a war.
I mean, in one of our earlier videos when we talked about the credit card processing, like one of the things that I had mentioned before was that when I was on a phone call with one of these credit card processing companies asking them if we're able to process with them, and they say no because we're considered high risk. Well, why are we considered high risk? Because we're a small business, and if we were to fail, that would be a big problem. So then I say, well, what about Walgreens and Walmart and whoever else that wants to enter? Like, how come they get the right for banking? Well, it's because they have millions of dollars, and if this little bitty portion of their sales happens to fail, it's not a big deal for them. You know, so they're allowed to have that kind of stuff. Why? Because they have millions of dollars. America was built on the pursuit of happiness. Like, everybody has a right to go and do what makes them happy. You're allowed to go and pursue a career. You're allowed to perform on the street. Well, at this point, we aren't even allowed to have street performers. Like, what in the world is happening in this country? At least in Nashville. Maybe in other places y'all can have it, but we can't.
So we're looking, just comment, let us know. Like, what's your opinions on this? Do you use hemp? Could this be affecting you? Are they going to be taking away stuff that you use or have been using the last 4 or 5 years since this industry has rose?
Are you okay with purchasing it from a big box store and not knowing the source, not being able to talk with someone directly to know what you're getting? Are you okay with that?
I mean, if you're okay buying it at Walmart and stuff, then don't do anything about it. Just let it be taken away, you know. But what you're doing is, it's being taken away from the people who actually built this industry, which they allowed people like us to build it. And we went out there and worked tons of events and farmer markets, and we just been out there everywhere and have our own store and constantly every day. And now we're seeing with the last week, just from phone calls and messages and different people we interact with, a lot of people are in question now.
A lot of people, like, they're going into this panic, complete panic, this pandemonium phase, you know, where everybody's scared and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to handle the situation. You know, if it's now suddenly just like that overnight considered marijuana because it's it's more than 0.03% THC. Well, if we can build a new market within 5 years, we completely emerge a whole new economy within 5 years, you know, from 2014 in Tennessee, since the start of our pilot program, and now we're to this point where overnight they can take it away from us just like that. What does the next 5 years look like in this industry? Is there any sort of predictability that we can count on?
It's supposed to be like a multi-billion-dollar crop again by 2022, whatever. And now they're taking away one of the biggest things that's been helping people. I don't think they're taking it away. I think they have a plan. You know, they want to be the distributors of it. They want to, you know, have their big corporate farms grow it and, you know, be the supplier. They realize people now have knowledge. A lot of people have testimony. A lot of people, so they want to supply that. The same ones who took it away 85 years ago, them same groups of people.
There's reports that supposedly Monsanto has been growing hemp overseas in other countries, trying to find a way to genetically modify hemp. This is all supposed news. To find a way to grow it without spider mites or worms or any sort of diseases, to grow this perfect hemp plant that doesn't need anything, to where they could grow hundreds of acres at a time to produce a premium type quality plant. Well, if that was the case, if they were doing that, what better way than to test it overseas, bring it over here, take it away from small business, grow hundreds of thousands of acres, and distribute it to big box stores?
It could be all being done by next fall. 1 year. They can have us start all this, take it all the way, be coming in and doing that, if not already have it planned. Or, now everybody, there's so much hemp and crop out here in America from this last year, nobody knows where to sell it. Well, we may all get offers soon. It might be on the low. It ain't gonna be for the price you thought you was gonna
grew
get.
300 acres? Oh, let's
And
buy
then
that from you.
A few months later, Walmart,
get charged.
Walgreens, they'll all be stocked with CBD oil because it was really just one buyer buying it all. It might have looked like different
Multiple
companies or
brokers or
whatever, but
something.
it's all going to one source, and it's pretty genius if you think about it.
We hope it
From
doesn't
their
go that
perspective.
direction, but
It's sad.
is there another way to look at it?
We're trying to figure it out. We're hemp farmers. We have a store. All of our products are legal according here to Tennessee. They're tested. We go by the rules. We're certified. We're inspected by our ag departments. So we're in the confusion now with the USDA rules, laws, Tennessee Ag Department, our hemp program. What's your opinion? What can we do? How can we voice our opinions in these next 60 days and make sure they're heard and we get what's needed?
Whether you're a fan of Trump or not, doesn't matter. Does not matter. If anything, if you're a fan of hemp, if you're a fan of CBD, if you're a fan of what it's done for you, if you've watched friends and family grow it, if you have a friend that's opened up a store, if you support us, if you support any part of this industry whatsoever, challenge the Trump administration, challenge our federal government to not take this away from us. Not just us, but all of us, our whole society. Challenge it. Let's see it happen. I don't know what else we can do. We as a people are stronger.
We can't have over 30 states of medical marijuana and a handful of recreational marijuana and the hemp states that are growing, hemp being legal in all 50 states, and now these restrictions on THC that you can cross the border over here and smoke crazy
Crazy
THC
amounts.
weed, and
Cross the border again
we're
and be
United
federal
States, and then we got all these divisions in the United States that this law on this side of the line is this, and this side of the line you're going to prison, and it makes no sense.
None at all.
People moving, people with cancer, people who see so many benefits from this, whether from medical marijuana or hemp, CBD. Personally, I'm for full cannabis legalization. It don't need to be being looked at.
Just let it be free.
There's too many benefits, but they want people suffering because that's profitable. Suffering is profitable to the system.
Completely.
But being healthy should be profitable to the system. We all could be better servants and have a better society, but instead our country's falling apart because suffering is profitable to the few. Anyways, hit us up, comment. We can go on and on and on forever.
We could.
We're wanting, let's work together. Somebody, anybody that sees this video, what can we do? We're looking for ideas. Other than just making YouTube videos asking people for ideas. So, that's the only idea we got at the moment.
We
We're
as a
reaching out.
society, we are stronger, we are more capable, we're able, if we all quit being divided by everything that the news puts out every 5 minutes.
Or distracted.
Or distracted by social media, not just the media. If we could all quit being distracted by all these things and put our brains together and actually make something work, we might see more benefit from that. And I think that that's where we're at. There's a group of us on the outskirts of everything that's happening in our society right now. We've got people who are for the cannabis industry, people who are for gun rights, people who are all about health freedoms, all of these things. And we're all being pushed to the outskirts. And I think that it's really time for all of us to come together and stand with each other and let our country know where we stand. I think it's time for that. It's time to walk on faith. That's the biggest thing. They can try to strip us of every right possible, but at the end of the day, we're all humans and we're all on this land together. We're all in this country together. We're all living here, working together. So we need to find a way to get along and make everybody happy, in essence, I guess. So if y'all have ideas, throw them at us. Y'all have heard ours. We see what's going on. We try to stay up to date as much as possible. Try to stay read up on everything as much as possible. So if y'all have any ideas, we'd be glad to hear them for sure.
Let's not go away silently.
No.
So we know what the amount of business hemp has did the last few years. There's a lot of people that used it. There's a lot of people that's got benefits, and a lot that has either had family members or been close to people to get benefits. And we all need to speak out because it's going to be taken away from us. And just like so many customers say, they'll come here and they'll start getting benefits from, say, hemp or CBD oil. And after a month or two, they're like, well, I don't know what it's really doing, like if it's doing much. And then they'll run out. And when they run out,
They
they're
come
like,
running back in.
oh man, now I see what it was doing for me, because all my back pain and my knee pain or elbow, whatever, I forgot that I had that kind of pain because it had helped me that much, but then I didn't realize what it was doing because we forget. And then you run out.
And you get reminded.
And you get reminded. But it looks like everybody could possibly be getting ready to run out.
And it's time to be reminded before we run out. Seriously.
So this is our little period. Hey, we don't want to run out. And there's no reason to. With the amount that was grown this year in the United States of America, there's no reason for anybody to run out. And the prices should go down. They know that too, and that's why they want to take it away, because they want the price to stay up high. The price should come way down. Everybody's prices should be coming down now.
Yep.
Supply and demand. There's way more of a supply now.
Absolutely. Way more of a supply. There's nationally known brands that have their prices marked at certain spots, and you cannot come down from that price. Well, they're going to be forced to come down. I mean, they're going to have to.
And don't just buy something because the label looks pretty and they spent tons of money on the boxes. We've seen some trash out there that look like an amazing product, but they just put their money in the label and the box and all this stuff and not into what's inside the bottle.
And we say that the price should be expected to drop. You should expect to see that. We say that, but also be leery of it being too low, because I had a woman in here yesterday who was saying that she bought oil off of Amazon for $6. Okay, and I told her, I was like, listen, you need to know what kind of oil you buy. Like, do you even have the bottle? No, I already used it. I didn't feel anything from it. I don't know that it did anything. It said it was just the seed. And I was like, you purchased hemp seed oil thinking you were using full spectrum hemp oil. There's a complete difference.
There's people selling hemp seed oil for $6 an ounce, which is a high price because you're talking like $100 for a pound of it, and you can get it for $10 to $12. I mean, there's all kinds of scams going on in this business, and we have customers come here all the time that get just crap products and pay a lot of money for it, really.
And maybe that's the plus side of what our big government is thinking, is that people are being scammed left and right, and there's no standard, I guess, that is being put out there, and maybe they want to put that out there for us, but standard comes from local farmers who are producing stuff and are able to educate you from seed to seal all the way through the entire process. That's where it's
transparency.
You buy it at a big box store, you won't have that.
If there's a problem, it's our problem. We can show it and we'll fix it.
Absolutely.
But we try not to allow problems, It's transparent. If we don't have it, we don't have it. If we got it, we got it. Here it is. and this is how it is.
Yep.
Other people can't do that. They're just buying and reselling, buying and reselling, buying and reselling.
Oh,
They
I'm
don't feel it.
offended.
Their heart and soul's not in their product. There's like, it's just all money, and they won't be here long either.
Nope.
Now, who will hang on through all this? It's who really wants to. But they're
That
putting
is
the
the
pressure.
truth.
They're putting the pressure on with everybody.
Big time. Big time. Pressure to stay in it, pressure to fight for it, pressure to show up for it, pressure to defend it, to defend the people who are using it, defend our rights. The pressure is being put on, no doubt. That's for fact. And those who just give up and walk away from it didn't have a heart in it to begin with. That's all I have to say.
Hit us up. Peace, love.
Glad
Thank
to talk
you.
to y'all soon. Y'all have a great day.